Not even gonna be offering me your food? Looks like a bunch of snails and shrimp. Star Wars Outlaws. Am I even liking this game?
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
So last night I got the special pre-order edition through the Ubisoft Premium membership, which is like $20 a month, and it allows you to basically rent the game instead of paying, full price for the pre-order or the gold edition or the ultimate edition, anything like that. You get to basically pre-order for a month, rent it for a month, and it comes with the ultimate version of the game, all the DLC, the season pass, and everything, yada yada yada. And I started playing it last night because it also gives early day access before August 30th, the initial global release date. And to be honest, I played like maybe 2 hours or so, and I definitely have some issues and some questions with this game. One of the main things that I found really stale in this game was the combat, actually, and the gameplay and combat so far within the first 2 hours is not that appealing. It's very basic, it's very simplified. It's not like out of this world, combat like if you're playing on Jedi Survivor or playing Jedi Fallen Order. Yes, obviously in those games, Cal Kestis is a Force user, he's a Jedi, and you're gonna be expecting some, better combat and stuff like that in those games. But in this, I don't know, it just feels very basic. I feel like some of the combat that's even in Battlefront 2 that you can do in there is better than Outlaws so far. The core mechanics of the game is decent. You can slide, you can jump, you can go from wall to walls, you have a grapple that you can swing across to get to other places, you go through vents, you climb ladders and stuff like that, which is okay, but really some of these aspects are unnecessary, especially in a game like this when we already had stuff like this in Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. Now, another major thing when it comes to this game is the scenery. The scenery and the graphics are very mediocre, and I can definitely say this without a doubt that it's mediocre because the graphics in the older Star Wars games such as Battlefront 2, such as Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order, especially Jedi Fallen Order, the graphics in that game were absolutely insane. It was beyond its potential when that game, came out and released. This game, however, I noticed when it comes to the cinematics of the game is absolutely beautiful. It is gorgeous, but once you actually load into the game and you're playing it, the graphics do not even match up to what they look like in the trailers and in the cinematics at all, especially when playing on FSR. When you're playing on FSR, you get so much ghosting and so much tearing around the textures of the characters in this game where it just makes it very unappealing to even watch or play or even look at. One positive that I do have to mention about this game is that the transitioning of the cinematics and the playstyle of the game is very nice. You can choose between two options if you want to play the game in cinematic view with the windowed boxes on the screen, or you can choose to play it in full screen. Personally, I choose to play in full screen because especially in a third-person game like this, I like to see everything. I like to see the whole environment, what is around me, what is going on, what I can find in the exploration and stuff like that. In cinematic view, it's very nice only for, cutscenes in cinematics itself. Next, I want to talk about the core performance of the game. The game is demanding, but it's not as graphically demanding as a recent title, Black Myth: Wukong, that just came out a week ago. Now, the performance of this game, it's okay. It's not out of this world. I was averaging around maybe 80 FPS while streaming. I know I'd be getting even more FPS if I were to lower the graphical settings from ultra to high, or if I wasn't streaming or recording at all. In some ways, the game does feel repetitive. It feels like I'm going back and playing another version of the Jedi Fallen Order series games, and only with an outlaw. I'm not playing as Cal Kestis anymore. I'm playing as this brand new character, especially when maneuvering through the environment, climbing walls, jumping from place to place, swinging from place to place, rolling, all of this stuff. Basically, the core aspects of the game is not unique at all. It feels like I've already played a game like this before. Let's talk about the plot and the characters in this game, which is really interesting and concerning to me, because the main character that you play as, Kay, yeah, not really feeling her that much. It just seems like a basic character, someone that's just, you know, trying to survive, trying to live in the Star Wars universe. And we've already been dealt with this before, especially with, obviously, Han Solo and Chewbacca, as they're always on the run in Star Wars. They're the smugglers, you know, they're always looking for a way out, making that money and stuff like that. And I just feel like playing with this new character, Kay, doesn't feel unique at all. It just feels replayed, worn out, and I honestly rather prefer this would have been maybe a Han Solo game and a Han Solo and Chewbacca game, maybe something like that instead of this. This game does offer stealth, which is nice. However, when it comes to the basic core mechanics, when it comes to meleeing and just shooting your gun, it just feels simple. It doesn't feel out of this world. It's not game breaking or game changing or anything like that at all. One thing I like about this game is the exploration. The exploration in this game is cool, you know, finding items hidden around and stuff like that, you know, finding treasures, relic pieces and stuff like that. But then again, even though I may like it, it's still not brand new, because you can do this stuff in other previous games. In comparison to what we have back then versus now, I think it was definitely better back then compared to now, because especially made by Ubisoft, this game, not really hitting the point, not really hitting the mark, Ubisoft. I'd rather this would have been made by a different company than Ubisoft. The traveling and getting around this game is okay. I notice after you get to a certain point in the game, you get to have your own speeder. You get to free roam with that. That I thought was pretty cool. Not a lot of Star Wars games where you could really just roaming around in a speeder like that. Since this is the Ultimate Edition of the game too, I was trying to customize my character, the Kay, and I thought I was able to have the DLC and the customization open, but for some reason it was still inaccessible for me, which is a downside to the game. I don't know, maybe if there's a way to access it, or maybe I have to reach a certain point in the game, but I wasn't able to access the DLC in this game. Maybe someone in the comments can say something about that or anything like that, because I mean, at the end of the day, I may have rented the game, but I still, you know, paid money for it, and I wanted to see what the DLC was, and apparently I could not get it or access it yet. Overall, out of everything, I would give this game personally a 6 out of 10. It's okay. It's just above average. You know, it is Star Wars at the end of the day, but this is definitely not one of the best Star Wars games that has ever released and came out. I'd still rather play the Jedi Fallen Order games. I'd still rather play even The Force Unleashed. I'd still rather play even Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and that's definitely a mobile game. What? What the hell was that? That was terrible. What the hell was that? Like, what did I just die to? I was doing so good. You telling me I gotta do this all over again, bro? that's not even worth it, bro. That's not even worth it. I'm freaking call it quits because I'm tired. That's not even worth doing over again. With that being said, that was my personal review on the game. I will try to continue to play more and unlock more stuff and see what the game has to offer. And other than that, yeah, so far it's okay. It's not the greatest Star Wars thing ever known to mankind. Way better Star Wars than this.
Well, duh.
If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. That mean much to me. And I will definitely see y'all in the next video. Peace.